Now, what is transcription? If you make RNA from DNA, means DNA is converting, means sequence of nitrogenous base language is converted into RNA, that is known as transcription. So process of copying genetic information from one strand, only from one strand of DNA into RNA is known as transcription. And here also, just like in replication, we were making use of complementary base pairing. Here also the principle of complementary is the one which is actually helping in the transcription. Only one thing is there, ki in front of the adenine, in replication we were putting thymine, but in transcription we will put uracil. So adenosine now will form base pair with uracil, not with thymine. Unlike in the process of replication, if once started, replication once started, then whole DNA has to be duplicated. It was in the replication, in the process of replication, once start, then whole DNA will be duplicated. But in transcription, it is only a segment of DNA which is transcribed, only a segment. It means we have to see where from where we have to start and where we have to stop. Now, next question is asked. This is important question ki why both the strands are not copied. Answer is given in our NCERT only. First answer is if both strands, if you are using them as a template, it means this both strands this way. And if you are using them as a template, you are trying to do the work on both the strands, okay, and you're preparing the complementary base pairing, then I think so the RNA will become double strand and it will only make a double bond. Matlab, it will become a double strand. Then what will happen if both the strands act as a template, they will code for RNA with different sequence. And if suppose they code for protein, then the sequence of amino acid will be different. The first reason is that both the strands, if they are used to copy, then what will happen? The two RNA will be having different sequence, and if they code for protein, different protein will be there. Second, what is the thing? Second is the two strands of RNA, if they are produced simultaneously because they are complementary to each other, they can make a double strand. The entire process of translation, means making of protein, will not be able to done. So it will prevent RNA from being translated into protein. So process of transcription will go waste only. So these are the reasons why the both strands of DNA are not copied during transcription. Number one, both strands will work as a template. They will code for different sequence and different protein will be there. Okay. And second is if they are double strand, then they can become complementary. Because of complementary, they can form double strand RNA. An entire process of translation might be prevented. So just read up till here. If you have any doubt, then please ask. Now, what is transcription unit? First of all, you should know transcription unit is present in DNA. It is in DNA and it consists of three regions. Sequence is important to learn: promoter, structural, and terminator. Now, see this diagram. Understand this diagram. It's actually a very, very, very important diagram. So for this learning, for your exam, you draw two lines this way and start writing 3 here. Then I think so you can manage. This side is 5. Obviously, this side is 3. This side is 5. Then do one thing in your exam only. Make a box this way for your learning. I'm teaching you. And this is promoter. Write P here. This is terminator. Write T. And what is this? This is the remaining part is a structural gene. This is structural gene. Now, if suppose on this DNA strand, here, your A was present, T, C, G, G, C, whatever sequence, then obviously complementary will be what? T, A, G, C, C, G. Now, what will happen if they make RNA? Let us see if they make RNA. They will use this strand as a template strand. This strand as a template strand means the one which is running from 3' to 5'. That is used as a template. So what I will do in front of the A, I cannot put T, I will put uracil. Here adenine, here guanine, cytosine, cytosine and guanine because of complementary base pairing. And if you see the sequence carefully, the sequence which I have written here, isn't this sequence matching with the down strands of DNA? Only difference is it is using uracil and here is thymine. It means this strand of DNA is actually a coding strand. It is coding strand. We want this language only, but I cannot use it as a template, non-template strand. And it is the logic which I want. So this is known as sense strand. And template is known as non-coding strand. And it is also known as anti-sense strand. Anti-sense strand. So now if I have to say the question, I will say my promoter, where the promoter is present, I will say promoter is present at the third end of template. Or I will say it is present at the fifth end of coding. The promoter is present, what I will say, promoter is present at the third end of template, or I will say it is present at the fifth end of coding. Where the terminator is present at the, this is terminator, and the terminator is present at the fifth end of template or third end of coding. Now see the theory here, please focus. What is promoter? Promoter is a sequence. First of all, you should know what is a promoter. So first see here, promoter, it is a DNA sequence that provide binding site for RNA polymerase. It is a binding site for RNA polymerase. And with respect to the coding strand, you will say it is present at the fifth end of the coding strand. The promoter is said to be located towards the fifth end of the structural gene. Means all these references are made with respect to the polarity of the coding strand. So once again listen. What is a promoter? Promoter is a DNA sequence which provide binding site for RNA polymerase. Where it is located? It is located towards the fifth end of the coding strand, because we are saying I'm making all the reference with respect to the coding strand. Or it is present in front of the structural gene. I will say it is present upstream of the structural gene. It is present upstream of the structural gene. So I think so promoter definition is clear. Now, where is terminator present? If you see, terminator is present towards the third end of the coding strand. So let us see the theory. Where is terminator present? Terminator is located towards the third end of the coding strand. Downstream means at the back of the structural gene. At the back of the structural gene. And it is an area which indicate the end of the process of transcription. So this much is clear. Now, what is a structural gene? I will say structural gene is present between promoter and between terminator. So what is my language? I will say structural gene is flanked. Structural gene is flanked by promoter and terminator. The promoter and terminator flank the structural gene, means present in between. Structural gene is present in between promoter and terminator. Now, see this here. The main enzyme which is used for making the RNA is DNA-dependent RNA polymerase. Just like for replication, it will do polymerization in one direction, that is 5' to 3'. It means the strand with 3' to 5' will act as a template strand. The other strand will work as a coding strand. It is known as coding strand. Now, many questions are asked. We have to be very careful. If they give you template strand and if they give you coding strand, template should always start from 3'. And coding should start from 5'. If they give you and they are asking you write the sequence of RNA, then what we have to do, we will write entire sequence of coding, but only replace T with U. Wherever T is there, put U. No need to confuse yourself. Wherever T is there, put U, and that is your answer. We have to remember the direction and then we can do this work. So transcription unit, this much is clear. But one more important line, very, very important line. if you see some additional regulatory sequence are present, this we'll be discussing in the lag operon, I'll show you. Additional regulatory sequence are present in front of the structural gene, or you can say in front of the promoter or downstream of the promoter, and some regulatory sequence, whether to transcription to start or not. So just read up till here. If you have any doubt, then please ask. Now, what is gene? Again, important question, please. It is a functional unit of inheritance. Gene is a functional unit of inheritance. And now we don't have any doubt ki where are genes located. We know genes are located on DNA. Genes are located in DNA, on DNA. Now, DNA sequence, the sequence of DNA which code for transfer RNA, which code for ribosomal RNA, are also known as a gene. So what we have done, we know three types of RNA are there: ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA, and messenger RNA. And it is the messenger RNA which will change into the protein language. So segment of DNA which code for, or you can say which helps in the transcription of messenger RNA, what we are using the term for that, we are saying cistron. So what is cistron? Cistron is a segment of DNA which code for polypeptide. Means it is a segment of DNA which is used to make messenger RNA, because gene does not mean that all gene will make protein. It is not necessary that all gene will make protein, because we know the DNA sequence which is coding for transfer RNA and ribosomal RNA, we call them gene only, but they don't make protein. So what we have done, we are giving one special definition for that segment of DNA which make protein as a cistron. So cistron is a segment of DNA which codes for polypeptide. So basically, structural gene which are present in the transcription unit, they can be monocistron, means if they make only one type of polypeptide, generally in eukaryote, or they can be polycistron, P for prokaryote and P is for polycistron. Learning tip: P for prokaryote, P is for polycistron. So structural gene can be monocistron in eukaryote, or it can be polycistron in bacteria or prokaryotes. So what is cistron? Please learn cistron is a segment of DNA which code for polypeptide. Now, if suppose the segment is there, in case of eukaryote, this is one segment, that is cistron. And in between what is going on, this one is an interrupted sequence. This sequence does not code for any protein. Monocistron only, structural gene, but does not code for protein. So this segment of DNA is known as intron. And what is this segment known as? This is known as exon. It means in case of eukaryote, we are having interrupted sequences present. We are having interrupted sequence. So in case of eukaryote, the monocistronic structural gene have interrupted coding sequence. Means we will say in case of eukaryote, genes are split. Coding sequence are known as exons, and exons are interrupted by introns. Who will appear in mature messenger RNA? It is the only exon which will be appearing in the mature or processed RNA. What we will do with the intron? Intron we will remove. So introns means intervening sequence. They do not appear in mature or processed RNA. So you can learn this way. Intron means interval. When you go to watch a movie, if you see the interval is not, you don't want to see the interval. So what you are doing, you are trying to remove all the intervals and you want to see the movie in continuous. So introns means interval which will not be present in the mature messenger RNA. As a result, mature messenger RNA will be short as compared to the messenger RNA which is transcribed. So this is mature, in which what is going on, all the introns are removed. This is intron part which is removed by the process of splicing. Okay, so split gene arrangement, if we see, it is actually complicating the definition of gene It also complicates because this intron does not code, but it is a part of the structural gene. Now, if you see, so what happened? The transcription to start, promoter is there, and some regulatory sequence are also there. We call promoter gene, we call terminator gene, and we call regulatory sequence as a gene also, though they don't make any RNA also. So inheritance of character is also affected by promoter, it is affected by regulatory sequence of structural gene. And if you see the regulatory sequence, we say as regulatory gene, but these genes do not make even RNA also. No protein, no RNA. So that is why we say the definition of gene, the one segment which is making protein, that is known as cistron. Otherwise, what is the definition of gene? It is actually functional unit of inheritance. So just read up till here. If you have any doubt, then ask. Now, types of RNA and process of transcription. So in bacteria, there are three major types of RNA. Number one, messenger RNA. Number two, transfer RNA. Number three, ribosomal RNA. And bacteria require all three RNA to make protein. What is the role of each and every one? Messenger RNA will provide the template. Transfer RNA will bring amino acid and read the genetic code. Ribosomal RNA will play structural role. Please learn structural role and catalytic role during translation. So you should know what each and every RNA is doing. Messenger RNA is doing what? You should know transfer RNA is doing what and ribosomal RNA is doing what. This all three works you should know. But how many types of enzyme we require? We require only one. Bacteria require only one. Only one DNA-dependent RNA polymerase is required by bacteria to catalyze the transcription of all types of RNA. Now, what will happen? See the diagram carefully. RNA polymerase. First of all, when you draw in your exam, you have to remember, check carefully. This red color, 3 dash we have to start and we have to move this way. Very important diagram and make it 5 dash here. Second is, you start with the 5 dash here and make it this way. So first of all, both don't do the labeling otherwise, make it proper labeling and 3 dash. And now, you know, we have already studied transcription unit starts from 3 dash to 5 dash and here this way. The promoter is present here and this is a template strand. So I have to use RNA polymerase here. So it means RNA polymerase should attach to the third end of the template region. So towards the third end of the template region, you are making the promoter area yellow color, where RNA polymerase is binding. And how to recognize the promoter? It is recognized with the help of sigma factor. Sigma factor will help to recognize the promoter yellow color diagram. It means initiation is done. After initiation, sigma factor will come out and RNA polymerase will do the transcription. We have to check carefully we are using which color. We are using red color. The complementary is done from the red color. And on the red color, this side you are showing green color. Green color means terminator. This is terminator, which is identified by the Rho factor, which bind on the RNA polymerase so that the RNA separate and termination done. So 3 steps in the transcription. First is initiation, second is elongation, third is termination. Initiation, we require sigma factor or initiating factor. For terminator, we require Rho factor or terminating factor. Now, just like in replication, we were using deoxyribonucleoside triphosphate as a substrate. So here what we are using? We are using nucleoside triphosphate as substrate, not deoxy. Please remember it is a nucleoside because we are working on RNA. Clear? As triphosphate, which will help in the polymerization in a template dependent because you're using DNA as a template and following the complementary. It will only help in the opening of the helix. RNA polymerase will help in opening of the helix. It will only do the elongation, and only short stretch of RNA will be attached to the enzyme. So if you see here, only short stretch of RNA is attached to the enzyme. Check carefully, remaining is free. Once the polymerase reaches the terminator region, the new RNA fall off. So also the RNA polymerase separate and we say termination. Now, very, very important question NCERT is asking it. NCERT is asking ki how is RNA polymerase able to catalyze all the three steps? How? So first of all, see, very carefully answer given by the NCERT only. RNA polymerase is only capable of catalyzing the process of elongation, only one step. But it bind temporary, it associate temporary, transiently means temporary with initiating factor sigma to initiate and terminating factor rho to terminate the process of transcription. And when these factors bind, what happens? The structural changes occur. Association with these factors will change the specificity of RNA polymerase either to start or to terminate. Read up till here. If any doubt, then ask.